Today you are going to watch the breakdown of the much-awaited movie Terrifier 2, whose writer and director is Damien Leone. This is a sequel to the 2016 Terrifier, and its horror icon is Art the Clown. It has caused a lot of bloodsheds. Rather, this is the most brutal film that came this year. So keep in mind that children should not watch 18+ movies. I am also going to tell you interesting facts at the end of the video. At the end of Terrifier, we saw that the police had come and saved Victoria. After seeing the police, Art shot himself. His body was taken to the morgue where he was revived, and he killed the examiner. After this, we were shown the scene after a year, when Victoria was released from the hospital, but with her face, her mind was also deeply affected. So much so that he scratched the face of talk show host Monica. So this movie starts with the morgue when Art killed the examiner. And the death of the examiner is shown here in a more graphic way. Rather, every death in this movie is extra graphic. Art has one eye damaged and the head is open, because he shot himself. With his blood, he writes Art on the mirror, which is his habit. At this point, the examiner was calling the police, but he was not in a condition to say anything. Art broke his mouth and took out his eye and fitted it on his face. After this, he rips her head from the middle with his hands and takes her brain out, filled the tools in the garbage bag, and left. The police were looking for him, but he laughed comfortably and reached the laundry shop, where a man was sleeping. He took off his clothes drenched in blood, and for the first time, we were able to see his body, which is completely human. He was laughing after reading the news of the crash in the newspaper. Then the machine stopped and he saw a creepy girl like him. This is the biggest secret of this movie, which was not revealed anywhere. They both got mixed together because both are silent and also similar. The man also wakes up and sees that Art was playing and sitting alone without clothes. That is, that girl is a soul. Apart from this, she is not visible to anyone. After playing, wearing wet clothes, cleaning his face, etc., he left from there. Although we do not know where it did all the makeup, but it is known that it killed that man. We shift straight after 1 year. We see Sienna Shaw, who is preparing her costume for tomorrow night's Halloween party, which was designed as a warrior princess by her dad, who passed away recently. Her dad had a brain tumor, due to which he used to see strange things, which he used to draw in his book. One day after getting drunk, he left with the car and the car crashed directly into the transformer, due to which he died by burning alive. Sienna's mother Barbara and her younger brother Jonathan are also shown, who is more attracted to Art. Tomorrow night he himself will dress up like Art, but neither Sienna nor Barbara likes this thing, because last year Art had committed 9 murders and no one knows where his body went. Who knows, this year he also came back. Jonathan was doing research about Art in his room, and Art's costume is also present in his room and in his dad's book. Sienna got her wings ready and slept comfortably while watching TV. And the commercial that was going on TV, she dreamed of the same commercial, and that commercial was about Art. There was a boy who was eating a cereal named Art Krispies, which had worms, glass, and blades. Finally, Art comes there and everyone was very happy to see him, because he had brought candies for everyone. After roaming on his tricycle, he takes it out of his bag and distributes candy to everyone. And he gives Sienna a beating heart with worms in it. All those were enjoyed. Now it was Art's turn. Now he took out a gun and killed every person present there. And this whole sequence was meant to increase its kill count. The host was burned alive and she was still dancing. In this entire massacre, only Sienna was left. Then she picks up the cereal box because there will be some surprise in it that might be useful for her. But on putting her hand, all the glass entered her hand. Art was coming close to her, so she put her hand in again, whereas it would have been better if she overturned the box. This time she got the sword that his father had given her. She stopped Art's fire and then Sienna woke up, because her wings got burnt by the candle kept there. Mom came and put out the fire and she rebuked Sienna because she didn't show her maturity. While she said that the candles were not burnt, and it was true. Everything got burnt except that sword. Just in the morning, seeing Jonathan having breakfast, she remembered that as a commercial kid. Still, she doesn't mention the dream to anyone. Today is Halloween, so Art was also in preparation. This time he is making a new weapon. In this, the girl was watching Monica's interview on TV, which we saw in Terrifier, which happened at the same time. Hearing Victoria's words, Art kicks and breaks the TV, and this too happened in the last part. On the other hand, 2 children in school were showing a dead opossum to Jonathan, in which insects were moving. Those kids pranked with Jonathan's crush. Then he caught Miss Principe, Felissa Rose. which we saw at sleepaway camp. Then at class time, Jonathan goes to drink water. So the same girl passed by. After chasing her, he reaches the hall, where she and Art were playing with possums. Remove its body parts and throws them on Jonathan. So he quickly runs away but is caught by the principal. She also gets the opossum body, so Jonathan gets suspended. Here Sienna was having lunch with her friends Allie and Brooke. Brooke then tells what happened to Monica. Victoria scratched her face and she was telling all this in too much detail. That's why Sienna's condition worsened, because she had a similar nightmare last night. On the other hand, Jonathan reached home and Barbara imprisoned him in the house. He won't come out tonight. Sienna arrives with Allie at a shop to get new wings, and there Allie collides with Art. Now he was looking at Sienna in his own way, so she panicked and went upstairs. She was leaving after paying for the goods, but she forgot the bag at the bottom. But there is nothing to worry about because Art brought it. Meantime, she pays and Art was trying on sunglasses. And now the sunflower shed has become a meme. It looks funny here because the main difference is body language. The worker went to get the bag and then Art started pranking Sienna. Then he comes back and Sienna comes out with that bag. But Art closes the shop and on the pretext of buying, he puts all his tools on the counter. And seeing the opportunity, he made the worker a victim. The bottle was smashed on his head, then the blown bottle was slammed into his face. After this, after doing brain damage, his head was cut off. When the customers came, he was standing with his head among the rest of the clowns. They were also saying how real it is. The clown behind him is quite similar to Pennywise. There is a debate among the fans that Pennywise is nothing in front of Art. On the other hand, Sienna told Allie that this clown had appeared in her dream last night. But she said that tonight there will be many idiots in the dress, which your brother is also one of. On her way home, Jonathan tells her that he saw Art in school and a girl as well, whose murder was done in a carnival a few years ago, which is also present in his father's book along with a sketch of the art, which was made by his father only, as well as his victims, including a pizza shop worker, pest controller Mike, Down, whose kill is most famous, and finally a warrior princess who is Sienna holding Demon's head. According to his dad, Sienna will end Art. Just then Mom also comes there and she tells Sienna that Jonathan went to school with a dead opossum, while he says that Art had brought it. Sienna says, I also saw him, but there are many stupid people. Jonathan stops Sienna from going out tonight, but she doesn't agree. According to the news going on here on TV, an outbreak is also spreading, which is COVID. Due to COVID, this film got delayed by 2 years. Allie was at her house, and outside her house was a black van in which the girl was present. Art arrives at her door for tricks and treats, and Allie recognizes him as they were then found in the store. He was not ready to leave, so Allie threw Candace and locked the door, because Allie caught sight of Art's bloodied tools. Allie called Sienna, but she was watching Monica's news on TV. That's when the news anchor took the name of Sienna, or it was her opinion. Then she took her pills and lay down comfortably. As night fell, she was ready to wear a costume, and the first call she made to Allie. But Allie did not pick up because Art entered her house by breaking the glass, and he was behaving as if it was his own house. Allie tries to run away, but Art catches her. And after that too much brutality, first, he cut her face and then took out her scalp. He broke her one hand and ripped off the other. Even after all this, she was trying to pick up her phone. Then he put bleach and rubbed salt on her wounds well. Meantime, Allie's mother returned. She sees that Art was plucking her daughter's flesh and she was still alive. After killing Allie's mother and filling her head with candy, he was giving it to the children, and the children were also very impressed. Barbara was watching Night of the Living Dead, and we could hear its iconic dialogue. Sienna says bye to her and reaches the party, where Brooke was already present. And along with her boyfriend Jeff, Barbara and Jonathan had an argument in which Barbara tore her husband's book. Then Jonathan got angry and ran away from the house. After some time, Barbara sees the condition of her car, which was very bad, and she felt that Jonathan had done all this. Then she calls Sienna and tells everything, who was a bit too drunk, because Brooke had mixed drugs in its drink. On top of that, it had also taken pills. Barbara was cleaning the car there. She sees Art sitting inside, who blows her head straight with a shotgun. On the other hand, Jonathan saw the same black van in which the girl was sitting, and seeing that girl, he ran away and reached back home, where Art was feeding food to his mother by making her sit at the table. He makes Jonathan unconscious by giving him an injection, and he also picked up the sword kept there. On the other hand, the same girl was watching Sienna at the party, so she created the scene. Now Brooke and Jeff take her out to come back home, but then she gets a call from Jonathan, and he invites her to an old carnival, but that girl was talking in Jonathan's voice. Then they reach the carnival, and this is the same carnival in which that girl died. Sienna went inside to find her brother, and both of them were in the car. Jonathan invites her to the Terrifier, which is a haunted house. There that girl was doing surgery on her own face. Here Jeff was urinating outside when Art killed him. After that, it was Brooke's turn, but she ran away. She actually goes to the washroom where Art must have done feats before. Art also reached there after her. He had his new weapon in one hand and acid in the other. After pouring acid on Brooke, he tore it with several blows and took out her heart and started eating it. Then Sienna reached there and he was waiting for her. Then Jonathan also comes there. After driving him away, Sienna attacked Art, but Art beat her up and went after her brother. It seemed to him that Jonathan somehow saved his life by hiding. Art had made cuts on his body, then Sienna came and hits by his weapon on his head. After this, both of them were running out of there, and here we can read the name Orlok. Count Orlok Dracula's name was in Nosferatu. Now Art came here comfortably like a ghost of brothers and started tearing Jonathan with his old weapon sharp chain. When Sienna came in the middle, she too came under wraps. After beating for a long time, she remembers her dad's sketch. Then she snatched the chain and started attacking Art itself, and by inserting the chain into his face, she broke his face. At last, a rod was inserted into his head and she felt that he had died. But he was alive. He was strangling Sienna when Jonathan took out a shotgun from his leg and shot him. Suddenly Sienna started seeing her mother, but in reality, she was not her mother, she was that girl. Now Sienna came to know that her mother had also died. She was crying, and after some time she realizes that Jonathan was not there. Art beats him and made him unconscious. He throws Sienna down in the basement, where there was a pit, and it seems that this path is to hell. Sienna is stabbed in the stomach with her father's sword and seemingly dies, falling into a dream she had earlier in the movie, trapped in a water torture cell. While trying to escape, she dies of suffocation, and Art was eating Jonathan alive. When he shouts, power emanates from that sword that healed Sienna's wound, and she came back to life. This time she comes out and separates Art's head just like her dad's sketch. His head for the first time got separated and seems to have died now. After this, the girl came and after talking his head, took it away with her. Both the siblings survived, and in this way, this nightmare ended. Next, we reach the hospital where Victoria was vomiting. After that, with her own blood, she writes on the walls like Art used to do. We can see that she is pregnant and her delivery has also begun. When a nurse comes to check on her, she finds Victoria has given birth to Art's head. Like an animal, she was cleaning it by licking it and he was laughing. In this way it got reborn, and with this, the movie ended. So this is the most disturbing film of the year. That's why the Terrifier has become a slaughterer instead of a slasher, because a different path is being made for it. We thought that we would get some answers regarding Art or about the previous part, but instead of answering it, it increased the question more. The supernatural angle is also added more, such as the dream scene or the appearance of both in school and that the girl is there. Simultaneously, the fantasy was also raised. Like a common human, Sienna became alive even after death, the reason for which we did not know. Similarly, Art was also alive and we do not even know the reason for it. So overall, we got more questions than answers. We can also hope to get the answer because the parts of the Terrifier will come next. Now that girl was tortured, and so she started wandering as a soul. Now we see Victoria giving birth to Art's head, and that too with makeup. While we know that Art's face is not like that, he does makeup. There are many other such mistakes in the movies which I told you with the explanation. It also teased Pennywise, and the special thing is that Stephen King has also praised it. This time the story was worked out, so the movie was long, but we got to know the characters very well. And Sienna is also coming to the final list. She also has many fans, have become who would like to see her again and again. For the time being, they will face off again in the next part, and hopefully, they will get to see it soon. So let's talk about interesting facts. So far, in the budget of $250,000, it has earned $3.4 million, which no one expected. If you like the explanation, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.